at a business level, has there been a cost either in terms of trust or enthusiasm inside of the company culture, or how you actually gone so fast that you lost a lot of
What
monies because you made a
totally.
certain choice because you
And
weren't listening?
total and what happens when you're moving too quickly or when I'm moving too
Mhm,
quickly is then I don't eat
mhm,
or I don't sleep or I don't take a breath. And when you're not eating, your blood sugar goes down. And you get even snappier. Then
mhm,
you make even more
mhm.
mistakes. And then you right? Then it's just like it's like a negative spiral versus
And it
this
can wear down the relationships inside of the company too, like,
Mhm.
they just it's like, 1 time, no big deal, 2 times, no big but if you're constantly overriding those little pieces, and then there's just
Over
these
time,
little rubs over time
100%.
that start to weaken
A
the
hundred,
fabric
a hundred
of
percent.
the relationality
Yeah.
and of the coherence of a company too, so I think that,
Yeah.
these things it's at first glance, it's like, "Not a big deal, I missed a meal or da da da," but when you really start to look at these different things over time and what the cost is, even if you aren't able to see it right now in this moment, if you're, 32 years old and you're like, "I'm on the top of my game and I've got all the energy in the world," it's like, yeah, yes, it's like a yeah, it's a yes
Yes,
and.
and yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. It's a very, very interesting challenge as a leader to and for me, I have 2 companies, and so it's, to be able to have to navigate both and rubberneck between the 2 while also taking care of myself and my son and my home and my community and my friends. It's like it becomes a lot of parts, and how do you it's like for me, it's like, okay, reduce my meetings by 15 minutes, like, add one in for 5 minutes, like, try and fit it all in or just say, "It can wait."
Yeah,
And that's something that I have to be okay with.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so having a not just spiritual, but embodied spiritual high level support system that is deeply tracking and invested in your well being at the center of these ecosystems, who's holistically looking at your life, not just one aspect, and isn't invested in just one aspect succeeding, but is actually looking at you as a mind, body, heart, soul leader, mother, culture builder, just that there's like I think there's a opportunity for deep holistic support that really understands all the levels and is tracking priorities from a different place
Totally.
and believing
That it's
in the
gonna be even
well-being that
better.
the well-being at the center of the center actually
It's gonna
allows
serve
everything
100%.
to, flourish.
For sure. But in the moment, you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
but it's like media or it's an investor or it's a partner or it's do I have to wait 2 weeks to talk to them and they're maybe not be interested? Like right now's the moment. So there is a lot of like momentum stuff
Totally.
that's like to navigate as well.
Mhm.
So it is, and this is why to me, like working with, counsel beyond just performance coach,
Yeah.
but like counsel where you're like, how's your heart? Like, how's your energy? Like, where are you right now? Are your hierarchy of needs met? Are you well fed? Are you well slept? Are you taken care of? Like, do you have enough fluids? Who's petting your hair?
Mhm.
Who's like holding you? Who's helping you cry? Like the other day, I just woke up and I just started crying
Yeah.
for like an hour because I was like, I just couldn't hold off, and it was just an energetic release
It's like
because
an
it
off-gassing.
was just an off
Yeah.
gassing, and it was just like, whoa, like
Which is healthy, which is
totally
something that a lot of people are not they're not doing that, and so then all that energy,
right.
if you were in a different place, you may have been not even aware that that's an
Yeah,
option,
yeah,
and so then what does that all that energy do? It just
right.
goes into
Just
goes somewhere.
yeah,
Energy doesn't
negative.
just,
Yeah,
like, delete.
I don't think I would have off gassed like that and just allowed myself to just cry without this type of work of just like going into temple work and going to do ceremonies and just sitting and just writing or journaling or doing grandfather or grandmother or and like having to really feel deeper from this work versus being under stress and not knowing how to off gas that stress. Yeah, of course I'm still in the journey as I'm like still navigating how to get a lot of things done and do it in a way that's in right relationship, not only with the planet and what I'm serving, but also myself being a key piece. Because if I'm not well, then the whole ecosystem doesn't thrive either. So I have to really, really work on taking care of myself during the weeks where I'm like in that go mode. And I think that I've really learned that from even just going to the temple and witnessing all of you just like taking care of the flowers and spending hours talking about the flowers and like working on the flowers and the altar and the reverence that you have for the arrangement of the space and how it feels energetically and cleaning it and saging it and palo santoing it and bringing the energetic space right so that when you invite guests over that the space feels really clean and feels really like a hug, and I've learned so much of that from you. And I think the space that is created is what allows for the unfolding of the energetics to come. And I think that space creation creates the space holding, which then creates that transformation in all space. And so for me, I would say the work that, what I have learned from this priestess work, well, first of all, I want to also really declare out loud that, as part of my belief in this energetic work, is that I have, partnered with Moali Foundation, your foundation, have given some of Hero's equity, some of my personal equity of Hero to Moali in order to have love on our team, to have the temple of love on our team, to be in right relationship and in sacred reciprocity with self, with each other and the planet. Like how I'm in devotion to that as part of my growth and what I'm learning. And it's like for me to tithe that to the temple of love to me allows me to say, hey, I have skin in the game of learning how to be in right relationship with myself, with each other and the planet. And I will continue to make mistakes. I will continue to mess up. I will continue to come back and say, hey, I'm sorry. That was unskillful. I'm going to try again. Or I'm going to come back over and over again as many times as I need to rework what is needed from a spatial perspective to get in right relationship with self, each other, and the planet. And I think if like one of the biggest things I've learned from being in your space is how you create that sacred space. And then from there, I'm going to continue to learn deeper around how these rituals and how these ceremonies can really affect the energetics of a business. I'm so in this experiment of now and bringing that ancient technology into this next phase of growth in business. So thank you so much.